Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling, and we're all bundled up today.
It is. It's a little chilly day today.
It's beyond chilly. It's freezing.
It was freezing. I did walk the dogs this morning, and I went out without a jacket. I had to turn around and go home.
What?
I did. I had like a hoodie on.
Oh my God.
And I thought that would
way.
be good.
How long is your walk?
It maybe like 10, 15 minutes. I go
That's
until
long.
I go to the bathroom.
No, that's long though.
Just being honest.
To be without like a jacket. I asked you a very dumb question last week. I was like, well, you said something about like it being cold soon and walking the dogs, and I go, do you still walk them?
I'm like, yeah, they actually
I thought
do
it just
still
stopped.
have to go outside.
I thought it just like stopped. Like you could just not.
I need like a fenced-in yard, and then I don't maybe have to walk them as much. But yeah, no, I went out this morning. It was freezing.
Absolutely.
I'm sure,
freezing.
like you came in this morning. It was freezing.
Oh yeah,
you left for
freezing.
work.
I'm just referencing that because I wore like a giant sweater today, and
it is very thick.
It's not very like TV friendly, but like you just.
She's warm.
It was just like one of those days. You're like, I have to be warm. I just have to be warm.
When I wear my granny cardigans, remember, like in the summer when we have like
down
AC
here
also above our heads.
It's colder in here in the summer though.
And it's never a flattering sweater, but it's so cozy.
I was like, are you wearing that?
You did say that to me one day.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
nice
I realize what this is, but
you called it out.
I'm cold today, so that's that.
You could probably see dog hair all over mine too.
But more importantly, such a great day today.
Yeah.
Because it's Veterans Day.
Yeah, great day to, honor and celebrate those who have served. I know that this day is very special to my father-in-law in particular. And we have always, texted him in the morning. And it's, even like yesterday, he's not feeling 100% right now. And so I dropped him a text this morning, and my mother-in-law texted me on the side. She said, like, it meant a lot to him. And she said, and two of your boys had already texted him too.
That's
so, I mean, it goes a long way to thank someone.
It does mean a lot. We were talking about it today earlier as well, and it really does. So it's nice to take a moment to remember. And Erica Ritchie, who we had on the show a couple weeks ago, and we love her. She did a great segment talking more about Veterans Day, and specifically Bronze Star veterans as well. And so we're going to toss it over now to Erica. Erica?
Well, that's right. The bill that allowed those special Bronze Star plates to join the ranks here at the DMV and be offered to veterans was passed in 2022. This past year, legislation allowed them to be free of charge for those who earned those plates, like my dad. It was 1969. A 21-year-old patriot from Providence joined frontline forces in Vietnam as a scout dog handler in the Army. My dad, Jim Ritchie, and his dog, Casey, walked point, looking for booby traps, tripwires, snipers, and when they did find a trap on one particular mission and alerted their unit, they saved dozens of lives. Because of that, my dad received the Bronze Star Medal, the fourth highest military honor. So did Steve Spartano of Westerly, who was a Marine in Vietnam.
Oh, you just do your job. Your job is to keep your men safe.
And that's what he did in 1968 when his platoon came under grenade attack.
I saw Smitty in front of me. He was already going down. I didn't know at the time, but he had been shot in the head. But I jumped on him to protect him because I knew it was going to be close. And I never heard the explosion until I woke up in the hospital.
The Bronze Star Steve earned for using his life to shield another was displayed on his license plate in Georgia, where he lived after leaving the military. But when he returned to Rhode Island, this plate didn't exist yet, so he got to work lobbying lawmakers at the State House. And since the law passed, 125 Bronze Star plates have been issued in the state. But those veterans still had to pay registration and fees. So Spartano reached out to lawmakers again, and this past session, the law was amended to make them free of charge.
It wasn't a matter of the money, it was a matter of the honor. The person that has that plate on their vehicle did their duty as they were supposed to, above and beyond, and the state should recognize that.
And those Bronze Star license plates will be available for free here at the DMV starting in January. I told my dad about it. He said he's pretty excited. He says this is a very appropriate way to honor veterans. In Cranston, Erica Ritchie, 12 News.
How great is that?
Yeah, it's a great story.
Special.
And Erica does a great job with stories, but nice to see that personal connection.
Yeah, I love that.
That she has as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And we have a very special guest coming up next we're so excited about. So make sure you stick around. We'll be right back with Spotlight New England. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. So our next guest, you will recognize this voice immediately, but this beautiful face too with us this morning. We have the one and only Barbie Joe from 92 Pro FM.
Ladies, I'm blushing.
I feel like you're like seriously like a Rhode Island legend.
You are.
Yeah.
No,
I do.
Yes.
Coming from you.
Not even a
You know what I'm gonna say?
Not
too?
even a
Like
question.
before I like knew you, I knew of you. And like even then, and that was a long time ago because we've been in the game for a while.
We have.
And I remember being like, oh my God, Barbie Joe. So then like when we became friendly, I was like, Barbie Joe's like my friend now.
I love it.
Crazy.
She's the beautiful blonde. The beautiful blonde. That's how you always were to me. And then getting to work here, I got to meet you and really get to know you. And you are as like nice and kind as you are beautiful.
I so appreciate that. I think sometimes people are like, oh, this girl, her name is Barbie. Is this a gimmick? Like, does she think she's a Barbie?
You do really
It's legitimately my birth name.
Love
my
it.
dad is Robert Bobby. My
Yep.
parents didn't know the gender. My mom was watching Hollywood Squares. Barbie Benton was on. She spelled her name Barbi. That's how I got the name. And I guess I do embrace the Barbie core a little bit. But once people get to know me, they're like, wow, like you are not the girl maybe they thought you were.
Yeah.
Like they say you're intimidating, right? Do people say that to you? And I'm like, where would you even get that?
Yeah, no, and I totally understand what you're saying, but it is kind of funny that you have like the blonde hair, and then like I don't know if that was just like in you or like
Your mom
what
had a
it was,
vision.
but you
Had a
do
vision. Yes, she
in
did,
many
right.
ways kind of like exude Barbieism, but in the best way.
I do
like in all the
embrace
things
the
Barbie
Barbie.
should be.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Well, it's funny because growing up, like you have a doll with your name.
Yeah.
So you kind of take to it. I have hundreds and hundreds of Barbie dolls. I'm a Barbie collector.
I'm sure you are.
I have a Barbie tattoo. I have custom Barbie Swarovski headphones.
Yeah.
Like I embrace
yeah,
my
yeah,
Barbie.
yeah. I like it.
I think that is
I like
awesome.
it.
I think that is awesome.
So
Barbie,
I was gonna say before the rhinestones.
I was gonna, right. You've got to bring us back to the very beginning. Like, where did this all start?
So my career?
Your career, yeah.
All right. So I was at Salve, Regina University.
Okay.
That's where I graduated from. And I was...
And you're a Rhode Island girl.
I'm a true blue Rhode Island girl. Johnston, tacky, fabulous Guido. Embrace my Guido-ness from Johnston.
It all makes sense.
An
I love
Italian
it.
upbringing. I mean, the last name Di Maria, people don't often hear my last name on the radio. They
It's
just hear
true.
Barbie Joe. And they're like, is she from the South? Is she really from Rhode Island? They don't get it.
I hadn't thought about that.
But no, I mean, I'm a true blue Rhode Islander, born and bred, raised in Johnston, very Italian family. It's just my sister and myself. So I was raised like with a sisterhood of what it's like to have that bond with women, and great parents, great family. And then I decided, when I graduated from Johnston High School,
Love it.
I was going to Salve and I was going to major in journalism. I think at the time it's like I watched TRL one too many times and I'm like, infotainment. I'm going to be the next Carson Daly, right?
Yes, no, but for real, why not?
Lifestyle, what you ladies do every day. And I didn't know if I wanted to be a journalist on TV or do radio or do print. So when I was at Salve, I did 3 internships at Channel 10 with Barbara Morse. I did one with Giovanni and Kim in the morning, right, on 92 Pro FM. And then I did with Will. Will was the one that actually hired me as an intern. And then I also did one with Providence Monthly Magazine.
So you did hit all the different.
Even print.
3 big ones.
Wow.
And I even had a little style piece in Providence Monthly, which was
Nice.
really
No
cool
way.
for a bit.
Yeah.
But then I just had my foot in the door at Pro FM. I graduated. I worked from promotions. Being, just like a part-time street teamer, just going from one station to the next, throwing one like a Pro FM t-shirt on to a light t-shirt on to a Hot 106 t-shirt on to a WPRO t-shirt on,
Oh my
driving all
God.
the different vehicles, doing the setups, being that face of the station in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And then it just the promotions director position opened up finally.
Okay.
Because I was ready to look for a full-time gig because it was part-time, but I kind of made that full-time.
Yeah.
So eventually I became the promotions director, and then it was kind of like marketing director, and I had done that job for far too long.
Yeah,
and I'm
you
so
did
glad
that for
I
a
did
long
it.
time, yeah.
Yeah, and then I got the night show back in 2019?
When was that? Okay.
2018, 2019?
Okay.
I guess the Barbie Joe show, so I was doing nights, and then it eventually transitioned into middays. So now it's just middays. 10 to 3, no more promotions. But every once in a while, I still have a hand.
I was gonna say,
it never goes away.
I feel like when you grew up somewhere, like I grew up here at this station, and you grew up at 92, they still sometimes will be like, well, you know how to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Like, let's toss it to Barbi.
You know what? You're happy to because it's what you know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's nice sometimes to fall back into kind of like your roots a little bit. But you brought up a really good point that I always like to touch on when I kind of see this in other people, because I think it's important that like the work that you have to put into something to get to where you want to be
So true.
is often not talked about because you're over it at that point. You're like, I'm where I want to be. I've worked hard to be here. I don't need to. But you've had to work very, very hard to get to where you
I'm
are.
feeling 22. It's been 22 years at the station now. And it was a long road to finally transition into the on-air stuff.
Yeah.
But I always say this, I might not be the smartest person in the room, but I am the hardest working girl in the room. And I will, I don't want to say like, you have to fail in order to learn, right? But I'm like, I'm just not going to fail.
Yeah.
I'm going to like take this on. And in my eyes, I'm not going to fail.
Yeah.
So just that hard working attitude will get you everywhere.
100%.
That's true.
I
That's
couldn't
true.
agree more.
I
And
love
you know
that.
what? I have a really good team around me. I have a great
guys have a great
PROFM
team.
family.
Yeah.
Like these ladies that I work with, especially, like you know what it's like to have this bond.
Yeah.
It's like not just chemistry. It's like. This is going to sound so strange. Harmony between us in a very good way. And even when I'm having a bad day, Jess, Kim, Becca, I just need somebody to vent to or talk to, like in the industry. They don't judge me, they listen, and I'm heard. And that is so important to just be heard by people that you work with.
It's like it's a safe place. Yeah, it's a safe place. No judgment. They're your sisters.
Yeah.
For lack thereof a better way of putting
and
it,
there's
right?
always room at our table for more sisters.
Well, we said
I
that.
became a sister. I loved it.
We love you guys over there. We love what you have going on.
Yeah.
We, just the way that you guys are, that is something that we really appreciate. And part of the reason we love you guys so much, in addition to you guys being working so hard, putting out great content, all of that, but like you are all so genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rare.
It is. Like, one thing about, I know all of us is like being a good human. Just be a good human.
Yeah.
Why?
Right. Why everything else?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
There's
true.
no nonsense.
Yeah.
With us, it's just be a good human.
Yeah.
And we just have a great time.
Yeah.
Now, did you always have like the in the back of your head the desire to want to be like you knew where you wanted to go and like that was just your mission, or like you said you're the hardest work. I think it's great, like be the first one there, the last one to leave, put your head down and work hard. But did you have that goal in the back of your head that like this is what I'm going after, and do you still have goals that you're continuing going after?
Yeah, I did. And I almost am mad at myself because you need to, how I just said you need to let yourself, you have to be heard by people. Maybe I should have went, to management earlier and let myself be heard. Like, I really want this.
This is what you want.
Sometimes you don't. Maybe, and I'm not saying it's like a female thing, but sometimes you just don't do that.
Yeah.
And you know what? Speak up.
Yeah.
Because, like, you've earned it. Like, not even you've earned it. You've worked hard for that, so it's okay to let it be known what your goals are. So now any interns that come through the radio station or anyone that will ask my advice, I'm like, let yourself be heard like every once in a while. Just let people know your goals.
Right. Yeah.
Because sometimes they don't realize that.
Yeah, they're not mind readers.
And maybe you're holding yourself back and not
That's
even
true.
realizing you're doing it.
That's so true.
That's great advice.
Well,
huh?
I think a lot of us do that. I think I've done that as well in my career because I was always happy to be here,
Right.
regardless of what I was doing. So I felt like at times, asking for more was like greedy in a way because like I felt very lucky to be in this industry. It's, we're all so used to it now, but it's difficult to be in this industry. So I was always very like, I have a cool job. I really like my job. I really like my career. And then you start to be like, wait, I can do more though.
Yeah.
But I can do more.
Absolutely.
So it's true.
And don't be afraid to take that next step. You know? Like I always said, I want to learn every job in the building.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that's the person that, they're going to look at too and be like, wow, like, they know how to do everything.
They know how to do it
and
all.
you're a go-to. What do you love about radio?
Oh, wow. You know, when you have a voice to this audience, you don't realize. You know, I love when people are like, I don't think you realize, like, I heard this break that you did or whatnot. So I forget the platform and the audience of who's actually listening, especially in Little Rhode Island all the time. So
Yes.
it's nice to have a voice. It's nice to entertain people. People will always say you're very relatable. And, you know, again, I just made the joke about this morning, I waited for the coldest day of the year to go get my gas in the morning.
Right.
You know, and I did a break about that. And I met somebody at a bar one day, and surprisingly, I was at a bar. And the only thing you're missing in this beautiful studio,
Oh, we'll manifest that.
I love it.
We'll Andrew Cohen it up one of these days.
Yeah, she's like, I heard a break that you did, and I was so related to everything you said. And I'm like, oh, that hits hard.
Yeah.
You don't realize that you're actually putting a smile to somebody's
Because
face.
you're in the studio by yourself too. So like honestly, you
That's true, you have
sometimes
no one to
probably
talk to.
forget that you're talking. Actually, is that difficult? Because we all have usually people to bounce off of a little bit, which makes it easier generally for the most part. Is it hard to just like have conversations but with yourself?
Oh yeah, when I first started, it was awful. It was just like, ooh, Barbi, don't do that. And then you just learn to be your natural self, you know? I'm just gonna, I have a 5-second break. Guess what? I'm gonna just make the best of it and say something ridiculous. Today they were working on the roof, and I'm like, do you hear that ruckus upstairs? You know, you just have to have fun with it and be natural.
Yeah.
How hard was that? How hard was that for you to kind of transition into that?
Ooh, you know, for me personally, it was easier because I have been working there for so long. I've seen some of the best do it.
That's true.
You know, I've learned from the best. I learned from the Wills and the Kims and the Jessicas. Like, I have learned from the best.
Yeah.
So just, I think watching them and listening to them, and it was easier for me personally.
Yeah, just to like get into that mode.
Totally.
And like for you, like especially too, because you know, there's always that fine line. You know, I've kind of tried to feel it out too, because I'm new to this. Like I bow down to you guys because you know I couldn't break in when I like 20 years ago, so I had to kind of forge a different kind of path. So you two are, you know, dinosaurs in a sense where you know
We sure are.
And I'm not like that. But on the same hand too, you're unicorns because not many people come in and get to spend 20 plus years in a place and strive and morph and pivot. So, you know, even kind of putting that all out there too, did you think going in, if someone told you 20 years ago you'd be at the same place for 22 years, would that even have entered your psyche as a possibility?
Not one bit. I mean, I knew I didn't know I was going to make my entire home and career here, and it's such a privilege.
Yeah.
Personally, it is such an honor and a privilege to work where I work. It's the station I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
There's such a love for it. I always say, Pro FM's my baby. It just sounds nuts and bananas, but it is. And it's awesome. I didn't think I would spend my whole career here. I didn't know where I was going, to be honest.
Would you have gone somewhere else, you think?
I didn't want to move out of state, and we know like we're so limited here. I knew I wanted to be close to my family because otherwise, and my friends, I would be so unhappy. So I knew I wanted to build a career here in Rhode Island, but I just didn't think it would be for this entire 2 decades of Pro FM.
It really is absolutely incredible. I mean, you guys are very blessed to have because
Longevity.
what Ashley said at the beginning, like you are a like icon around here. People know your name. They know your
name,
voice.
right?
I mean, like that's pretty incredible because we are a small like state. So you are someone that people have like either grown up with, have listened to. You know, even my daughter, like she thinks your name is so cool. So whenever I'm on the radio, you know, whenever we're driving, I got the radio on and it's you. I mean, like you really have had these ages of people. You're with them in the hard times and the good times. That's a responsibility.
I don't look at myself to be that girl at all. I'm just a Johnston girl that loves Rhode Island, that loves Pro FM. If anything, I'm the most self-deprecating person in the entire world. And I can't help that. I find humor in everything.
Yeah.
I'm always laughing through life. So I appreciate those very kind
You are always
words.
joyful, I have to say. Whenever I see you, you always gonna smile.
Bubbly, like you're bubbly.
People always say that. You're so bubbly.
You
I'm like,
are.
really?
You
Gosh, is
are.
that the most annoying person?
No, I honestly, it's refreshing.
It
That's
is.
exactly what I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say.
It really is refreshing. And so we're going to have you stick around.
Yep.
If you don't mind, we're going to do a little fun with you. We're going to do some, what do we call this?
Well,
again?
I was going to call it Barbie's Best, but it's like a rapid fire.
I
So just
love
because I
it.
like alliteration.
We figured we'd have some fun with you because who knows Rhode Island better than Barbie? So there
Let's
we go.
do it.
So stick around. We have more fun to come on Spotlight New England.
Welcome back to Spotlight New England. We still have Barbie with us because we are keeping her hostage and not letting her
Handcuff her to
go.
the seats.
No, we like to do, when we have our kind of like Rhode Island people in, we like to usually have them stick around and do a little like rapid fire. So I'm calling this one Barbie's Best. And
a good name,
like we could, well, I just like alliteration. Again, a TV
So good.
dinosaur,
Yep.
so
So
I like
good.
alliteration.
And I meant
So
that in
we-
the nicest
I
way.
know, it's fine. I liked it. We are.
You're aging
Because you're
gracefully.
unicorn too, I told
We
you.
look good for dinosaurs.
Okay.
But we'll do some rapid fire, but you can jump into. I wrote a couple down so I wouldn't
All right.
forget.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Because you are like a Johnston, okay? No, I know this isn't bad. This isn't bad. Pizza, like what's like the best pizza? What's the Barbie pizza? And I should say,
Good
best is just like a go-to.
Right.
We know there's-
Rosamia.
I love Rosamia.
I've never been there.
Oh
Is
my
that
God, Rosamia! It's like
thick-
almost like a focaccia.
That thick Sicilian style
All right, I gotta
pizza.
try
So
it.
good.
There is, I don't know if it's the dough, the sauce. It is just been a staple from
Yeah.
my childhood. My parents still order it.
Yeah.
We order
All right,
it.
sold.
Like it's a must go to.
Yeah,
It's a party in your mouth.
100% co-sign on that. I never had it until I started dating Josh. and
Okay.
he was like, "Oh, we gotta get Rosamia." I was like, "What's that?" Now I'm like, anytime we're near there, I'm like, "Can we get Rosamia?"
All right, I'm
tonight?"
done. I'm trying it.
It's so
100%.
The
good.
smell alone.
It will get me.
Oh,
It's amazing. It's amazing.
All right.
You'll never
my
go
mouth
back.
is watering.
I know. Stop on your way home. I'm so jealous you live close. Date night spot,
Ooh.
which is
Where do you
different.
guys
Which is
go?
different than
So
like where
true.
you might just go for
Right.
like a
Just like a
random
regular dinner.
Yeah.
We laugh because Jay will say, I could take you to McDonald's and you'll be happy. Because I'm the girl, people might look at me and think she's very bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not. Like, I do, of course, I enjoy a nice
Have your
bougie
moments.
Yeah.
moments and meals. But I can just be like, can we just go to Twin Oaks?
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yep.
Right.
The meal is
Yep.
phenomenal.
Yep.
Or, our go-to a lot, because we live in Smithfield, is
Yep.
Terrazzo. We go
Yep.
to
Yeah,
Terrazzo a
Terrazzo's
lot.
great.
They have a great outdoor bar there.
Yep.
But yeah, just a really nice dinner. We like to travel a lot, so if we travel, that's
Yeah.
always fun. But as for a date night, it's just really a dinner night out. And then we don't usually make it past 10 because we're like, let's go home and
Let's
go to
go home
bed.
and
Yeah. Oh, totally.
But I love that you like a McDeal.
Yeah.
Too. Like,
I love McDonald's.
Place to get a cocktail because I know you know your cocktails.
Yeah, I really like Leale downtown. They have the flaming espresso martini. It never
Yes.
gets old. From
Never
the
gets
days
old.
Of Carter
I was gonna say it was
Bar.
like Carter Bar, right?
Yes, Felipe used to own Carter Bar on Thayer Street,
Yeah.
and then he owns Leale now, and they still do that flaming espresso martini. It is the best espresso martini in the state.
I love it. Ugh,
So good.
go to all these spots.
How am I doing on time? How are we doing?
You got about a minute out.
Okay.
You got a good.
Shopping. Go to shopping spot.
Oh boy, everywhere. Like I could go to TJ's and Marshall's all day long. But like this sweater with this is from a Burlington
Which is amazing.
special, $9.99.
Burlington.
I love a good bargain. I love online shopping. If I'm going bougie, I go Revolve all day. The quality
Okay,
is so
okay,
trendy.
okay.
But I can just
see
be an
that.
Amazon girl.
Yeah. It's all
I could go
over.
She's all over.
High low.
I also love Akira at Providence Place Mall.
I
right now.
do too.
So many
Yes.
statement pieces.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree. Okay, last
Okay, last
one.
one.
Guilty pleasure.
Oh, my guilty.
I know that's a hard one. I probably should have led with that.
Barbie.
That could be anything. It could be food. It could be TV. It could be an activity.
At this time of year,
Yeah.
Hallmark.
Hallmark.
I knew I love Barbie.
This is our
That's
girl.
it.
It's our girl.
My
That's
boyfriend walks in the room and he's like, Barbie,
Again?
I can't watch that if we didn't watch it
We've
from the
watched it
beginning.
again.
So everybody just
I love
indulge.
it.
Get
I
nice
love
and
it.
cozy.
Amazing.
Yes.
Beautiful sweater.
Yes,
watch
our
Hallmark.
sweaters.
Amazing. All
Yeah.
right, we're having you back because that was fun. We have to continue this every season. Thanks for joining us. So Spotlight New England, as always, make sure you're tuning in every day at 12:30 and again at 8 p.m. at night.